Hello, my YouTube people.
No, don't. No. Just no. Just no. Alright, so how did we get here? That's the question you're probably asking yourselves. Well, let's play the clip. Oh! So this all started long ago when Lachlan picked up his MR2 from Sydney for the very first time, and we got the car. Everything seemed fine, and eventually the engine decided to just seize up and stop working. So we took the engine out of the car, we fixed it, we put it back in the car and repeated the process 4 times. Eventually it got neglected pretty hard and started to rod knock. So we're gonna tear this thing down and see exactly what went wrong.
We already know what went wrong. Exactly.
So this right here is a 1995 3SGE. It has been built. It apparently has pistons in here and con rods. It has fully forged internals. We are about to confirm it today. It also has some spicy cam gears stuff going over here. Big cams. Oh yeah, it has cams in it as well.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. But yeah, this served a good purpose. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It got us from A to B. Got Lachlan from A to B.
Spicy flames?
Oh yeah, this thing shot flames as well. It was running a standalone ECU, so we pretty much put as much fuel as possible in and got the exhaust really hot, stayed on limiter, and it made flames. So yeah, it was a good fun engine, but unfortunately, all good things come to an end. So yes, it was knocking really bad, and we decided to instead get the car towed from Lachlan's house to my house. We decided to drive it knocking all the way back. It was fun. We got to hear rod knock for the first time.
You wanna buy any parts? Hit me up for some dodgy parts.
So the first thing we want to do is we're going to remove all the accessories, all the stuff over here. Then we're eventually going to tear this down to a long block and then to a short block, remove the crank, remove the pistons, and then go from there and just see what exactly went wrong. It's also going to be, huh?
No spill game?
No spill game? Oh, yes. Not a lot of oil in there. It's going to be real interesting to see if there's any metal bits in there as well. Yeah, damn.
Put a whole bottle of oil in that as well.
Whole bottle of oil? Alright guys, a little bit of a progress update. We've removed lots of the accessories, everything around the engine. We've removed the exhaust, timing covers, blah blah blah. It was a little bit strange removing the plenum around the 3SGE. It seemed like it just covered everything. It was just so overly complicated for what it is. It would be like almost impossible to do this while the engine is in the car. So props to everyone who's done a plenum removal on a 3SGE in an MR2. We've removed the harness as well, and before we start taking rocker covers off and starting to look inside the engine, we're going to remove everything first. So that involves removing this crank pulley as well, which is probably going to be torqued down ridiculously, and just go around removing everything here. This is all the stuff to keep the engine cool. We've got the distributor just sitting up here, some random brackets. Oh dude, look at that. The belt's not even like on properly. Maybe what happened was your tensioner decided to fail and... Oh, did you hear that? Oh, dude, it's
just skipped.
There's something very wrong with this. Maybe something happened here that made the engine fail. Is this an interference engine?
It is not. Remember the belt snapped before and it just died on me?
True, yeah.
If it was skipped, it would just stop running.
Yeah, we're just going to continue removing everything around here, and then I'll update you as I go, I guess. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Good to go. That should not be able to come off by hand. Your tensioner definitely had failed, I reckon.
That's not the reason the engine died.
No, probably not, but there is no tension on that belt. Belt looks pretty good.
Brand new belt, less than 1,000 kilometers old.
Tensioner here definitely needed to be replaced because the belt just was not coming off right. Well, they weren't done on properly. We're gonna get our first look of inside the actual engine itself. We've got all the bolts removed. I think just get a screwdriver or something and pry it in there. First time I've ever seen these cams as well.
These performance cams.
Oh damn.
Looks pretty good in there.
Looks pretty clean, dude. Any metal? Dude, there's metal.
Is that?
Yeah, look at that. That's metal, yeah? Little shavings in there?
Dude, this looks like pretty good inside.
Yeah, it was definitely taken care of. I mean, no it wasn't. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong with any of these cams over here. There's no real way of telling if these are aftermarket or not, just by looking at them. There's no like symbol on there or anything telling us that they are aftermarket. There is like kind of like...
434.
Does it say something on there?
434X1.
On the end of the cam?
Yeah, 434-A.
Okay. Dude, it looks like there's like metal in there, I swear.
Look, there is metal sitting on top of the cam.
It looks like there's metal sitting on top of the... No, it looks like just grease, dude. That's just build-up. They look a little bit heat scored.
Well, revving it to 9,000 probably does that.
Yeah, but everything looks pretty good. Let's remove these suckers. I don't think we'll be able to remove the head today because it uses like a special sort of star pattern tool on the actual studs that hold the end, the head down to the block. See if I can get a proper look in there. It's not like a normal hex nut, they're like little star bolts. So, oh, unless that kit had those. Oh, hang on, we might actually have it. That's a star, but it doesn't look like it's the right star.
These cams apparently are 276 degree 11mm lift, highly modified race engines only, RPM range 3,500 to 8,500. And yeah, I revved this car to, what, 9,000 many times, so.
Pretty sure Dizzy should just pop out now. Oh shit. Look at that. Yeah. Oh wow, it had gasket maker on it. Hey. There you go. If you guys want to buy some cams for your 3SGE, hit us up. So I'm not sure if the 3SGE comes stock with shimless buckets, but it looks like we have some shimless buckets over here. So how crazy is that? That is absolutely insane. Just you get the magnet and you pull it out.
Driving the car hard, got on it, and when I pressed the brakes, the oil light came on. And I'm like, oh!
And you didn't just stop there. You're like, oh, I want to get home.
No, so it came on so all the oil would have like swashed to one side.
Mm-hmm.
So when car came to a stop, the light went off. So I was like, oh, so I'm pretty low on oil.
So that's when I blew up.
No, that's when I think I did some damage there.
Oh.
So dropped my shoes off, drove home, went to Repco.
So you had an oil light come on and you kept driving.
It came on when I pushed hard on the brake and all the oil sloshed to one side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when the car came to a stop, the light went away.
So how come you went like, oh, maybe I should fill up with oil?
Because that light just means it needs you to top up with oil.
Like, yeah, exactly. It means you need to top up oil. That's that light.
But it didn't stay on. If it stayed on, I would have stopped completely.
Yeah, but you realise when it gets to that point, it's already so damn low. It's like lost a litre of oil. Like that.
A litre's not detrimental.
I mean, yeah, it
4.7 litres. Topped it up, and topped it on more, and topped it on more. I went through a whole bottle of that shit. So it was leaking bad.
Yeah, it would have been. It's leaking from every possible point. Alright guys, here's a little quick update. We've taken most things off now. We've taken the fuel rail out, the coolant lines, all this weird stuff over here, the hose from hell, if it's the turbo engine, taking off the timing belt, all these random brackets chilling around here. We've also taken out off the cams as well. We're trying to remove all the buckets as well. We're just having difficulty with these two, the exhaust side buckets right here. We don't know why they're not coming out with the magnet that we have. Intake plenum off, everything's looking pretty good. So pretty much you could call this a long block from my understanding. The next thing we're gonna do is flip the whole engine full 180 and start removing the stuff under here, the oil pan number 1, oil pan number 2, and this oil filter and all that, and try to see if we can see any of the damage in there. And we'll probably have to remove the head another day. We just don't have the socket that'll allow us to remove these bolts and pry that head off. So it's pretty awesome taking this engine apart. It's only been about an hour or so. It's pretty easy doing something on an engine that you don't care too much about because it has completely failed. But it's good as well discovering stuff like the fact that it has cams in it, because now Lachlan can sell these cams and make some of his money back on the V6 build.
These look like, I was just looking at those, seeing if they're aftermarket.
Seeing if this is more profitable.
Seeing if there's more profit.
Hey guys, welcome to Papadakis Racing. Today we're turning the 3SGE over on the side, and we're gonna be Papadakis. What's his name? What's his first name? Oh shit! Oh, perfect. Oh, pretty good. Next thing is to take the oil filter off, which Lachlan is doing, and we're gonna start removing the oil pan, and then oil pan number 2, as they say in the manual. Looks like someone put that oil filter on a bit too tight. Is there any floaties in there?
There's some floaties.
Dude, it's sparkly. The oil filter is sparkly. Oh, it's the moment of truth. Oh, okay. Oh, dude, look.
Lol.
That is not good. It's like we got some bearing. Have a look in there. Any chunky boys? Oh man, the whole thing's covered in like little... So if you look here, it looks like, yes, total engine failure. Look at that, metal pieces everywhere. Wow. There's metal all in the pickup. I've never seen anything like this before. So we want to get to the root cause of this. So we're going to remove all of this stuff around here and try to figure out where exactly went wrong, but it's looking like it's a bearing because this is super flat. It's a big piece, so I'm just gonna say that it's a bearing. Oh. It's still making compression, so it's gonna be pretty hard to like spin freely, but does it feel like crunchy or anything?
Listen to that.
Oh, it's this one. Look at this piston.
There we go, we found the issue.
Yeah, so it spun a bearing.
Yep.
Oh.
Bruh.
There's that sound. There's that sound.
Oh, bruh.
Wiggle it.
Well, let me take my glove off. That's funny, yes.
Give another wiggle for the video. Wiggle the other ones to show the... So these ones have absolutely no play on them. I think we found our issue. Again? I think we found our knock. Okay, so I was going to end the video right there because we pretty much have finished up with the 3SGE, but we have some exciting stuff happening with Lachlan's V6 Opt MR2. So the reason why we're tearing that thing down and not really caring too much is because obviously we've done a V6 Opt in Lachlan's MR2 and it all starts, all works, and it's all ready to go. Today he's going to get this thing towed off to an exhaust shop to get the exhaust done for the very first time. So I'm super excited for it. However, there's a couple of things that we need to do before we get this car towed to the shop. Lachlan needs to move this back in the driveway so we can button some stuff up. But yeah, it's gonna be loud, boys. Yep.
You're shitting me.
Is the battery dead?
Ready?
Yep. The tow truck is now here to take away Lachlan's MR2 to get that custom exhaust. We're hoping that it's going to sound real good. Have you got your muffler in the car?
I don't. I need to go home and get it.
But he's going to have like a Magnaflow muffler, whereas I have an X-Force muffler, so...
Mine should be a bit louder.
You'd hope so. I mean...
It's a smaller body.
Smaller body, so I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother!
Cletus, is that you?
Hell yeah, brother!
Cletus?
Cletus McFarlane here. Alright guys, that's the V6 MR2 sent off the Benke MR2. It's going to come back with a fresh new exhaust soon, so it's going to be really cool having the car actually being able to drive on the road legally and not sounding absolutely ridiculous and obnoxious. So I'm so excited for this thing to actually be on the road and running because it's going to be very interesting to see how it compares to my 3VZ swapped MR2. Anyway, it's pretty hard to believe that we destroyed this engine. It's not good that we didn't take care of it too much, but you know, it is what it is. It was a bit of fun. Just to reiterate what we discovered, every single piston here, every single conrod is in there perfectly with absolutely no play at all. You can see if I wiggle every single one of these, but the one, I'm wiggling the bearing caps as well, but if you wiggle the pistons, this is the only one. That's what was causing a noise. So this engine is total toast. I'm pretty sure, I don't think you can salvage something that has metal, you know, everywhere. Look how silver my finger is just by running my hand along the block. Oh wow. Like, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Oh geez. You know, I guess it did its job. It got the car all the way from Sydney to Melbourne. Plenty of fond memories of this engine, you know, revving all the way to 9,000 RPM. Obviously on the CAM website, it told us that those cams are only suitable for 8,500 RPM. So it's pretty funny that the ECU allowed us to go higher than that, and Lachlan pretty much had no rev limiters. So to conclude, the probable cause of the engine failure is the fact that it was able to rev to 9,000 RPM. It was leaking oil really bad, and the oil light came on. So I'm guessing that this piston just got starved of oil somehow, and obviously, you know, had metal on metal contact and eventually spun a bearing. It's pretty evident by how Lachlan described how the oil light came on, because the piston bearing is supposed to be lubricated at all times. Oil is always supposed to be up there, and I guess if you're cornering really hard and the car is low on oil, you know, the oil is going to slosh to one side. The oil pickup is not going to be able to suck up all that oil and provide them to all the pistons, and you're going to have a spun bearing. So I guess it's a fun lesson learnt, not really an expensive one because the car was cheap itself. Surprising because it had, you know, has pistons. We don't know if it has pistons because we haven't taken them out yet, but it does have confirmed cams, racing cams in the car. So we are going to have these for sale. So if you guys want to buy these, there's no actual like scoring on anything. There's some heat spots on there, but nothing too major. The shims as well seem to be all in good condition. And of course, if you guys need any pieces for the 3SGE, we have an assortment now. So we're either just going to throw this stuff in the bin, or one of you guys can hit me up for some stuff. Some adjustable cam gears. So in another video, we're going to take the pistons out of the engine just to have a look at them and see if they're in any good condition or whatever. My guess is the metal particles have destroyed the rings around them, or one of the piston walls or whatever have some scoring on there. If you want to stick around and see what the pistons look like out of the engine, then obviously keep watching, stay subscribed, and wait till the next video. I have a lot of fun making these videos. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And we've got some cool surprises coming next video for my chaser. Thank you all so much for watching. Catch you all in the next one. Peace out.